Hello, this is Steve Ramona, your host for Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. I want to thank our sponsors, Infone, and with Infone, you can place your business on everybody's cell phone, turn their business into a web app, and with a click of a button, they'll have access to you 24/7. And also Pantheon.fm. Have you ever thought about monetizing and taking your podcast to the next level? Well, Pantheon can do that. Let us show you how. Reach out to Steve Ramona, the host, at infone.co/SR1, and I will go over with you how you can make your podcast really stand out. Let's enjoy the show. Thanks again, everybody. Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. This is your host, Steve Ramona, and I am going international today. And this guest is powerful because he talks about self-worth, which you got to start with yourself first. And that's what he's a doctor of this. He helps you manage this. And I think it's extremely important. We had a meeting earlier, and I love what he's doing. And so I want to bring him on the show. Endre, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much. I'm so excited to be here, and let's rock and roll.
Well, let's start from the story. Why'd you get in a doctor of self-worth and what you're doing? And tell us a little story about you.
Well, this brand name has come from one of my clients. But before we go into that, I have been lacking self-worth for probably 35 years of my life. So I had a really rough start with a father. He didn't show love, not just to me, but pretty much no one else. So I must have decided early on in life that something's wrong with me, or I'm not deserving my dad's love. And I have become this high achiever, this type A personality, egoistic. I wanted to be right. I was fighting to prove myself. And I did that every time. But it came from this wound of insecurity and never feeling good enough. And this has taken me climbing ice, winning the national championship in basketball at age 14. It's been a crazy amok run, and it never worked. Like my dad didn't know the word well done or congratulations. And eventually I was so lost in this state that I ended up working in banking. But I didn't know what I wanted. I thought, well, through banking, I make some money. That's much better than not knowing who I am and having no money. This was the decision for a career. And later on, I moved on. I traveled and I was seeking answers. At a stage in my life, I traveled 5 continents and seeking gurus to tell me what's wrong with me. The wrong question, right? And I spent over $100,000 through programs like the weekend seminars, the Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, and I'm not discounting them. They are amazing programs to learn. But I think when it comes to breakthroughs, personal breakthroughs, it needs to be tailored to someone's limiting patterns. So learning about anything will probably not bring the breakthrough that you're looking for if you're listening to us. And my life had to collapse in Australia 6 years ago because I lived in Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, hoping to fix myself. But it wasn't about the location. And it was about the pressure to become so committed that eventually after 35 years and having my health collapsing and my wife wanting to divorce me and my kids were alienated from me exactly like I was from my father, this is how much pressure it took to get committed. 100% committed. I decided, well, this is my last goal in this life. If it's not gonna work, I will have it on my tomb.
Yeah.
Grave that he has tried until the last moment and then he died. So
that's a great comment because I love trying. People give up too early. But I love that you said you spent $100,000 on coaching. That's powerful. People need to hear that because all successful people have purchased some type of coach or mentor, correct?
Well, it's been a mix of things, plenty of books, and as I said, seminars. And eventually I realized probably I am avoiding where the results are,
Yeah.
which is a one-on-one coaching, which brought me in 6 months. It has shifted me from all of these not feeling good enough. Why am I here? I hate myself. I hate my family because now I haven't got the freedom anymore. I can't travel around like before. So from victim to creator. And when I have dropped all of this, I call them mind viruses from my head, then I realized if I could have been, I came through this, then how many people could be out there who
Yeah.
are
And
running?
self-worth is a problem for people. And that's what you focus on, correct?
Yes, that's my specialty. I realized it didn't have to take 30 years. It didn't even have to take a year. It's it's almost like bringing the antivirus for the mind the to take out these roots of lacking self-confidence and really be precision is the key here with the mind, getting specific about what holds one back and neutralize the pattern. Usually it has plenty of emotions behind it. I call it the glue. That's how people keep repeating past results. And there is plenty of, I call limiting beliefs, where a seed has been planted for someone because either an authority figure or someone in school has been hypnotizing someone. And from that point, they gave themselves away and they don't even remember because the repetition started where they had the word, watching the word going by through a different lens. So yes, if I see the word as I'm not good enough, then every situation I'm using my mind unconsciously to filter the information that I'm not up to it, not smart, not good enough, and obviously I will repeat.
Very cool. I love that with the glasses there. That's pretty cool. A different filter. Can you tell us a story of a client you work with and how you help with their self-worth and the results that happen?
Absolutely. I was just worked with someone, it was Tracy Bell from, I think, Colorado, and she's reached out to me about 7 months ago, pretty much ground zero. She felt that she hated herself, lots of anger. She just came out from a failing business with a partner, and she caused even more pain to people who were around her because she was hurting herself, hurting everyone else. So probably that's one of those lowest points in self-worth and self-confidence. And we had 6, 7 sessions, normally an hour and a half. But in 8 months, I couldn't believe it. I just got the review a few weeks ago, and she came through finding a job. She's been doing really low-key jobs, and she's found a job. She was an artist that has never been recognized. Now, the new employer is sponsoring her exhibition
Wow.
to to really open her up for this this art that she's doing. She's being promoted to a team leader role. She's enjoying her time. She's reconnected with people. She's let go of people probably she shouldn't have been spending time with. So in essence, it's a reset. Almost imagine this big red button, her life, and it started with her mind. She is reset for a new life. And I get so excited about it because this case was again probably 45 years.
I love reset because that's really what you're doing. Okay, Steve, you're here. Let's start over, clean the canvas, and let's bring it back and get you confidence and self-worth. am I kind of guiding you the right, or telling the audience the right way that works?
Very insightful. Yes, you really got this. I would maybe just add, it's about coming to the present. And present means not repeating the past anymore, which requires a new map, because most of these limitations are coming from childhood, where certain events have happened and they have been from that point carrying so much pain that they don't know who they are.
Yeah.
So if you are able to resolve all of these things in the past, then I always ask people, who do you think you are as far as identity or self-image? Where did you gather this from? And the answer is normally, well, whatever has happened to me in the past, or what people have told me, or what I thought things have happened in the past, or whatever way I have processed it. And if you're able to have empowering meanings to past events, then self-image shifts, because then they have a new collection, a new relationship to all of the events in the past.
Experience is the greatest teacher. What you experienced in the past, and you're just using that. And I love the quote that doing the same thing over and over again is the definition of an insanity. And you're getting them out of that rat wheel of same thing over and over. And why am I not growing, Endre? Here's why.
There's one more thing that I wanted to share here. There's a lot of people out there who are spending mentally time in the future, which I call anxiety. They are stressing about things that never have happened, probably will never happen, but it is so real for them because they are visualizing the worst case scenario that their mind wouldn't be able to make the difference. So they live in this place of fear and anxiety, and it's just not knowing how to use their mind.
You just described me. So I love that you said that. It just reminded me, and I think we all do, some lesser extent with it, but yeah, there's times I'm thinking about something and I'm going, what are you worried about? This is what happens, just deal with it. But it does affect you personally and professionally.
It does. See, mind wouldn't know whether it's real or imagined. So you just qualified for a free half-an-hour session with me. If I could teach you some tools, because I think the mind is very resilient, and unfortunately, it's not taught how to use it. And maybe there is an agenda as well that whoever is governing countries and exercising power would not really want too many free thinkers and people who cannot be controlled.
Who do you like to work with?
Well, I love to work with people who have leverage, I call. These people have either larger organizations or they have the potential to impact millions of people. Because obviously, I've seen so many organizations and businesses shift. Normally, limiting patterns of, I can't be direct, or the hiding type of CEOs, they replicate their own issues in businesses and wondering why they are not getting results, or why they are not hitting goals. I had this other CEO in Australia I worked with, and he wasn't able to confront. And I believe positive confrontation is the most important thing when objectives are, achieved. So
communication. That's just another form of communication, right?
He brought up monsters in his business. They were like kings doing whatever they wanted. And it has been 10 years. Imagine now we started to shift him. That was an explosion in that business.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
so
my gosh.
These people had to go.
Yeah.
They didn't want the new version of him.
That's a great thing. And I don't want to forget, you've given so many great nuggets of information and knowledge, but how can somebody reach out to you, whether a business owner, solopreneur, a large organization? How can they find you?
It's very simple. I have a webpage, www.doctorofselfworth.com. That is DOCTOR. So in whole word, doctorofselfworth.com. But if you drop hashtag Doctor of Self-Worth, you will probably end up at one of my articles or one of my social media channels. You find me on LinkedIn and Facebook and every other one, because I believe it is too important not to be present and share this message, because ultimately I believe self-worth is the map
Yeah.
to most results in every area of life, not just in business.
Well, I agree with you. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. You don't know I'm doing this, but audience, the first 4 people that reach out to Endre, mention this podcast, my name or the name of the podcast, I'm going to send you a $20 Amazon gift card. That's how much I believe when he does. I'm going to gift you now. If you're 5, 6, and 7, you still reach out, because we all deal with self-worth. Some, like I said earlier, limited, but I want to do that for you, Endre, because I know you can help people and I want to help you change the world. So we'll partner up that way, and just let me know who they are and we'll take care of them.
This is really special. Wow, never had that happen to me.
Oh, well, thank you. It's again doing business with a servant's heart. You gotta live it, just don't say it. And that's part of the way I love sharing and rewarding people, because they're gonna get a gift card, but they're also gonna get great advice from you and great coaching and consulting. So when you work with somebody, how much is confidence part of this that you work with?
My confidence, do you mean?
No, how much do you work on their confidence?
I think these two, self-worth, self-confidence, are very, very connected. One without the other wouldn't really bring results. And we need to find out if there is a lack of confidence, where is it coming from? Usually, as you can tell, it's something has happened in the past. And we'll need to let that go, because this is what I believe. Once upon a time, if you're listening to us, you have been curious, you had so much energy, you were a no limit, maybe a child, a no limit person, and you had no issues trying something for 100 times. And then life started to cave in on you, or parents, or stuff that happened, or events front of the school, or when you had a few blows, and they could hold you back for the rest of your life if you can't find it and get it out of your head, like pulling it with the root, as if you were cleaning up a garden.
Yeah, that's great. Can anybody increase their confidence and self-worth if they do the work?
Absolutely. And it pretty much comes down to, as I said in my story, it's to do with commitment. Because mind has this tendency to do what's comfortable. And when it comes to self-confidence, usually I tend to find negative emotions behind having no confidence or lack of confidence. And whatever it is, sometimes frustration or feeling hurt, even guilty or fearful, then the work is to let go of those emotions that are holding this person stuck.
Yeah, I heard a story somebody tell me about confidence. If you're going to have heart surgery and they bring in an auto mechanic to do heart surgery, where's your confidence at? He kind of relayed that to your confidence. Don't bring the auto mechanic in to do heart surgery. You want the right confidence to grow. And you're passionate about this. Why are you so passionate about it?
I've seen magic happen. I'm so excited when I hear these wonderful, wonderful, magical things happen to to people I work with when they are not getting abused anymore. They're able to set new boundaries when they are listened to and heard, or they're able to jump on a video and show up, or when it's time to charge money or have these negotiations about price. So all of those things now, probably, like, this is how my mentor says it, and I think it's really smart. He says, abundance has been provided a long time ago. If you do not have it, or you cannot seem to have what you want, it's you blocking it out. I have another tool here, this yellow, this not enough filter is somewhere what you're wearing, and it's like a virtual Google. You're not seeing the word as it is anymore.
Yeah.
All you see is you can't have it.
Does your coaching, and then we're running out of time here, but this is the question that's been in my head this whole show. Does this coaching spill over to a person's personal life as well?
But it does. And I have to say, because I'm having a very sharp vision, I need to restrict myself, and I need to be very polite to not get into transformation mode, to really accept people as they are. And at times when it's appropriate, ask them if they want me to use my skills to help them towards their best version.
Yeah.
But again, I am careful about not overstepping boundaries, because I believe rescuing doesn't work in the first place.
Yeah.
Secondly, uninvited, well, who wants to be, attacked with, hey, we could make this happen for you, when the person is not even interested.
Yeah.
People love their problems. So that's their toy.
That really is. They don't want to
Can't
get
take it away.
Yeah, don't take it from me. Well, we're running out of time here. I want to thank you for being on. God bless what you're doing, because I don't know many people that deal with self-worth and confidence, which is a major part of everybody, whether it's business or personal. If you could do me a huge favor, can you leave us one more tip for the audience to help them through their journey?
Absolutely. I was thinking, on my shirt, please believe that it is possible for you. Freedom, or more freedom, more money, those new results that you're hoping to achieve, they are available for you. It might just take to get your mind into a very empowered mode. And if you look for someone to help you, I see so many people out there on the market who are charging money for their time. But you really want to be very careful about, look for someone who has consistent results in exactly the field that you want to look for results. How to say this? Like, I'm not going to my dentist if I need legal advice, although he may be my friend, but he won't be able to help. So I would suggest you to check out reviews, do your due diligence, and if you have the balls, you could even maybe have some arrangement for a refund if you don't get results and if you don't get what you want. And when you see someone taking that approach and taking that risk, you can be sure this person is about your results, not about the money.